Here's a classic Python interview question that sounds simple, but it separates people who really understand how Python works under the hood. The question is, what's the difference between the word is and the double equals operator? At first, they both seem to check whether two things are the same, right? But in reality, they're checking two very different kinds of sameness. When you use double equals, Python checks if the contents of two objects are equal. For example, if two lists or arrays have the same values inside them, it's basically asking, do these two look the same? But when you use the is keyword, Python checks if both variables actually point to the exact same location in memory. So it's not about what's inside, it's about whether they are literally the same object. It's like asking, are you both referring to the same thing? Here's the easy way to remember it. Double equals means same value, is means same identity or same memory address. Interviewers love this question because it reveals whether you understand Python's object model and how memory references really work behind the scenes. Let's bring this to life with a simple example. Say you have two lists, both with the numbers 1, 2, and 3. If you compare them using double equals, Python says they're equal because their contents match. But if you check them using the word is, Python says they're not the same because even though they look identical, they live in two different places in memory. Now, if you assign one list directly to another variable, for example, by saying C equals A, and both variables point to the same object, at that point, both double equals and is will return true because they're literally two names for the same object in memory. Now, here's why this actually matters in real data science or machine learning code. Imagine you're checking whether a variable is none. Many developers accidentally write double equals none, but the correct and faster way is to use is none prime. Because is checks identity and none is a single object in memory, that one habit helps you avoid subtle bugs in data cleaning or model initialization steps. There's another interesting twist, Python's interning. For small integers or very short strings, Python sometimes reuses the same memory location internally to save space. So when you check identity on small numbers like 256, you might get true, but for larger numbers like 257, you won't, because they live separately in memory. Now here's how you can wrap this up confidently in an interview. In Python, the double equals operator checks if two objects have the same value, while the is keyword checks if they're actually the same object in memory. I use is for things like none, true, or false, and double equals for comparing values or arrays. Once, I debugged a caching issue where two different data frames were returning equal values but were stored in separate memory locations. Using identity checks helped me track down the duplicate references and fix the bug. That kind of answer shows not only that you know the theory, but that you can apply it in real-world debugging and data engineering. So remember, double equals checks what's inside, is checks where it lives. That's the level of clarity interviewers love to hear.